Hey, good morning. Today is Monday, May 17th. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Last week we were gone for a little bit. We went to our daughter's graduation. Mom and Dad are very proud of her. So what's been going on since we've been gone? The White Sox are playing pretty good. I've got my White Sox tie on. Can't figure out what's going on with Israel and Gaza. Maybe I don't want to. Just hopefully they can come to an end real quick here. And the CDC has eased up on the mask restrictions for those of us who are fully vaccinated. So if you're fully vaccinated, I believe you don't have to wear a mask if you're out in public, unless you're on public transportations, hospitals, things of that nature. So it seems like we're getting back to normal here. Let's take a look at this week's topic. So let's start off with this week's topic by telling you that I'm not a scientist. The COVID vaccine technology started back in 1995 with a biochemist, I believe, by the name of Caitlin Carico, started studying this. A paper was published, or a study was published in 2005, which started the basis of the mRNA technology. Moderna got involved in it in 2012, so it's not something that was just developed specifically for this. It originally was designed, or technology was being developed for the study of cancers, autoimmune problems, metabolic, and respiratory problems. So we've got a good basis for the COVID vaccine we have today. So as I understand mRNA, it stands for messenger ribonucleic acid. Remember your high school science classes with RNA and DNA? So as I understand it, the virus that we see typically, and I'll show you a picture of it, has these spikes, and these spikes attach to the cell. Our bodies are designed to fight this. Unfortunately, our bodies are very slow to react. And during this reaction time process is when we can get sick and even die from the COVID-19. So, as I understand COVID-19, when you see these cells or these viruses on TV, they have these spikes on it. The vaccine is designed to allow your body cells to develop its own spikes. So let's take, here's your COVID, okay? And here's your cells. It can come in and it can get in there. All right, but now with the COVID vaccine, here's your cells, but it develops its own spikes. And here's the COVID, and it comes in, and it can't get in. That's kind of how I understand it. Now, why that's important is when COVID attaches to your cells, it then can recode the cell's DNA or RNA for mass production of the COVID virus. Once again, that's as I understand it. So here's the deal. When developing a vaccine, there's probably two major concerns that they have. One, of course, without question, needs to be safety. Safety is number first. Number two is the effectiveness, and the effectiveness can come in one of or two forms. Number one would be how effective is the vaccine in preventing the illness caused by a disease as COVID-19, and number two, how effective is it in preventing the transmission of the disease or the virus of COVID-19. So what do you think? Isn't this absolutely fantastic, marvelous, that we can figure out how COVID is working and then we can develop a vaccine that's safe for us to use? But come on, Mark, hey, I didn't know you were entering a science class today, but you know what? For me, I have to understand these things. So how does that play into the insurance? Well, right now, there was some concern initially about, did you as the individual have to pay for your COVID vaccination shot? Well, initially it was something like, well, the medication's for free, but to administer it is not for free. But the CDC has come out and said that, no, it's free. If you're on Medicare, it's free. It's free if you're on private health insurance. And it's even free if you're uninsured. So why would a provider be unhappy about this? Well, one, the providers, they don't know who is eligible for this. Number two, they don't know if you're enrolled in a program for this. Number three is they don't want to deal with the paperwork. And number four, claims. They don't know how long it takes to get reimbursement from the government. So if you pay for your COVID right up in front, they're happy with that aspect of it. So that's from the insurance perspective of it now. Yeah, but some of you could be saying, that's not my problem. Okay, I agree with you. It's not your problem. You just want to get the shot done. But let's talk about what could be your problem. Pfizer has got the approval down to age 12. And I'm hearing some talk that when they can get it down to infants, now we will be in post-pandemic. When post-pandemic comes, you'll have to pay for your shot. Well, the insurance might pick it up, and most likely I think that they would. But if they don't, Medicare, you're off in a different boat. They're going to take care of that no matter what, probably. But if the insurance doesn't pay for it, how much does the shot cost? Well, if it's a 2-shot system, the first shot, from what I can tell, is going to come in right around $15 or so, plus or minus a little bit. The second shot will be probably someplace around $30, plus or minus a little bit. And if it's going to be a 1-shot deal, it'll be about $40, plus or minus a little bit. So that's what you can expect. So get your shot now while we know it's for free. So since I insure a lot of small groups, the small groups are asking me, can I require my employees to get vaccinated? The answer to that question, in a post-pandemic world, yes, you can. It's not a matter of religious issue. It's not a matter of disability issue. It is a matter of public safety. Mark, what do you mean by that? Well, think about it like this. Remember, being in college, your college dorm might say to you, hey, a lot of people are living close together. You have to get your flu vaccine. I can remember it was the Legionnaire's disease. I think when I was entering college, everybody had to get a vaccine back then. If you work in a hospital or in public transportation, these are organizations and institutions that have always required the vaccines for whatever. So your employer can require it. Employees, why don't you just get it now, make life easier for everybody. You can see I'm pro-vaccine. Somebody told me the other day, well, when I'm getting the vaccine, they're putting a computer chip in me. I don't know that I like that. On the other hand, come on, guys. Is my life that interesting that you really want to follow it, feds? Anyway, good luck. Decide what's best for you and your family. Understand the situation. I hope this video has been helpful to you. So what's been going on with the MLD agency the last week? Like I said, I was gone for a little bit, but we were able to get one group their health insurance renewed. We were actually able to get another group their insurance reinstated. And Pete, thanks for signing up for your Medicare supplement with us. Until next week, take care, be safe.